ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Darkmage, called many other things. Great Crab Lord, Zero, Sensei. Many people outside of FNet do not know these names that I have been assigned by various different groups. In the end, we are all one being, or I am one being, I should say. But together as one race, we are one humanity. One group of people on this planet, together here in this moment. We're going to be going live shortly, as indicated by this message that says going live shortly. Please wait warmly. Shout outs to anyone who is aware of what that is in reference to. I'm going to start pasting the fact that I am on. And in the meantime, we're going to listen to some music. We have a fantastic arrangement of items that are going to be played at random tonight. So if you've hung out with me in the past, you already know that I have quite a tasteful selection in music. And I'd like to encourage people to participate in the development of the playlist, because there is a lot of good music that I have not yet been introduced to. It's my pleasure to share that experience with you while we get some game development done tonight. So sit back, relax, get your coffee, get your beer, get your ganja, whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good. Get relaxed, and please enjoy tonight's broadcast of Dark Mage Radio Hour, DRH, Evil Dojo. Alright. Turn that shit down. Alright. I believe that... Yes, okay, good. The restream is working. Or rather, the relay, chat relay. I don't know if Twitter has live chat, but I'm gonna have to go back and see the broadcast to see how the Twitter stuff works. We are technically live. What the fuck is up? Yeah. This is a good track. Makes you want to do less. Pumping, yeah. Feel that shit. Sweet. That's disgusting. Get that shit out of here, Shybird. Rude. Get that shit out of my chat. Right. Thank you. All right. I just want to kill someone. Sometimes I just want to kill someone. Where did we leave off? Super basic, right? Super fucking basic. Oh wow, I identified a bug. Nice. I was supposed to pull up the help menu. So we've got a bug to add to the to-do. All right. Welcome to DRH. I am your host, Darkmage. We're fucking several hours into a project. First of all, I'd like to know how the audio quality is and how can you hear me? Am I overlaid on top of the the audio kind of decently? Shoutouts to Cheese, I believe, for those recommended settings. Yeah, testing on different audio devices is important for any production. This is something that I actually did when I first started making beats. Eventually I'll do a beat making stream. I think that'll be fun. Like, really fun. At the end of tonight's stream, depending on, you know, how I'm feeling, you can't hear the music. Interesting. I mean, in my headphones it sounds kind of loud, but, you know, at the same time... Of the point of the very what you said, the jobs of opportunity sake. I'm the one that slipped away. The one that slipped away. Yeah, shoutouts to being able to like hear yourself versus like the music. Like at this level, it sounds like low enough that I can actually kind of talk over it. Right? But at the volume I just had it at, it's loud enough that like I kind of want to jam out to it and not really talk. Actually having multiple audio levels is important too, because I have different modes of operation. You know, if it's too low and you can't hear the music, then you can't get into the same flow that I'm in. And, you know, if it's too loud and I can't even hear my own thoughts, then maybe it's too good. I don't know. Point being, we have stuff to do. Okay. Audio level discussions aside, I have a particular goal today. We're working on tiles. The dungeon needs to be overhauled. It's currently not scalable as it sits. Like, the implementation for the dungeon's fucking terrible. But darkmage, I thought you were good at programming. Step 1, get it working. Like even just a mock-up of whatever functionality it is that you're trying to implement. It doesn't fucking matter. You just have to get something up that like visually represents the thing that you're actually building. Because you can always iterate over your code. You can always iterate over your design. Rows, columns, reference to the game that it's actually existing inside of. Basically like parent reference. And then we call it a very, very basic function, initializer function. Let's see. Just looking at something over here. Alright, so part of the problem too is like every fucking audio track has different audio levels. So not every audio track is like normalized. The hope is that like, you know, a processor like YouTube does this automatically when you upload shit, and so you can kind of trust that every single thing up there is kind of normalized, but every now and then you get a dude who's like blasts the audio levels to the point where shit's too loud, even at a certain small level. See, the real question is, does YouTube DL work with Spotify? And if it does, then I would totally just rip content from Spotify and do it that way. I am not giving them $10 a month. Fuck everything about Spotify. Fuck their interface, fuck their API. I hate them. They can rot in hell and die. That said, though, I have a big problem with VLC at the moment, and that's this little fucking thing right here. Like, the font size on this bitch is just shit. And, I don't like it. and there's really nothing that you can do preference-wise or in the options in VLC to like work on that. And I'm having trouble finding an alternative media player that does it like as well. Everyone's trying to copy Apple. I'll take a look at that later on, but just wanted to rant a little bit. We have this stupid initializer function that creates a map, and the map is composed of, at the moment, literally characters, like string characters, which is basic and retarded. But it got us to this point, you know, right? You know, you can't really shit on it too bad. But it's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for what I want in this game. It's not good enough, period. So today, we're going to be implementing the tile class, and then we're going to be rebuilding dungeons using tiles, and then we're going to be re-rendering the dungeon using the new setup. So there's a very significant overhaul that has to happen here, but it's one that's worthwhile, because it will result in the ability for me to define new tiles and create new types of gameplay based on what type of tile you're interacting with. For instance, walking on stone tiles versus walking on water tiles versus walking on like level 2 deep water tiles, and so on and so forth. You have all these different opportunities for creating new infrastructure, and the possibilities are limitless. But first we have to define the class itself. If this is the whole Attack album, that's nice. I actually already listened to this today in previewing my playlist, so we're going to skip this just for the moment, as much as I love the album. There will be lava tiles, absolutely. I didn't get a chance to implement them in Project A when I was working on this thing like fucking 8 years ago, when I was actually getting paid to work on an iOS implementation of my game idea. This is the beginning of that project all over again in a lot of ways, but doing it with now 8 years of gained experience. Because I can tell you in 2013, I was definitely just fucking hacking it together, and really I'm kind of just hacking it together here too, but the difference is I've been doing it for a hot minute. There will be wind, definitely, but I don't think it's going to work the way that you're suggesting, Dingo. I believe that wind is going to be something that functions on top of tiles, but that's going to be another thing that I get to. There's definitely an elemental aspect, you know, water, fire, earth, air, tree, kind of like both a combination of medieval and Eastern elementals. So like in Eastern elemental philosophy, you have like the 5 elements, right? You have water, air, earth, fire, and usually like gold. It's like, if you take a look at the days of the week in Japanese, for instance, Nichiyobi, Getsuyobi, Kayobi, Tsuyobi, Mokuyobi, Kinyobi, Doyobi. Each one of the days of the week in Japanese represent a different elemental. Sunday, the sun. Monday, the moon. Tuesday, fire. Wednesday, water. Thursday, tree. Or earth. Friday, metal or gold. And then Saturday's earth. Sorry, I got him flip-flopped there. Saki. Kinyobi. Which makes sense, because Friday is usually kind of like, culturally speaking, a very idealized day of the week. Esta mañana desu ne. Alright. So how do we extend this, right? We were talking about creating a new tile class. So inside of the game folder, I'm going to literally just create a tile.py file. Ooh. So one question I have is, how do we define tile type, right? And so literally, we're going to create another enum. This is almost the exact same process that I went through in Project A. Actually, there we go. Super basic, right? This is not impressive. Yeah, I'm feeling this. This is like taking me back to college, y'all. All right. Excelente. Ooh, this sounds good. I haven't heard this. But Onoken is a throwback to college as well. I'm a big fan of a lot of his music. Okay. We want to make sure that this, in fact, works. This little, I should say. So to start with, I'm just going to do something super basic. All right, well, that much works. So good. I can create a tile and add it as a property or just a variable without the game crashing on me. At the moment, I don't have formal walls. So I'm just going to create a very generic wall for right now. So I'm going to try and recreate exactly what I have at the moment using the tile system. It's going to be a little bit boring for a bit, so just strap up. Be forewarned. I did say in 2013 that the story is boring. Hence all the jamming out. So I hate underscores, but damn it. Okay. So far, so good. Back and literally. Feel free to chat if y'all want to. We got some DNSK up in the mix. Shout out to DNSK who was spinning earlier today. I wish I had one consistent place to say where this dude streams at, but he's all over the place. Gross. Fucking lamers. All right. Nothing changes there. We're just recreating how the dungeon is constructed. Instead of it being individual string characters, it's now going to be tile objects. So it's going to have to create an actual tile in memory for each one of these and store a reference to it in the matrix. So what's next? Oh. There, okay. Now we're getting to the renderer. So the renderer is previously affecting strings. So when we're representing tiles themselves, we're going off of the type of tile that is represented on the tile. Alright, so in the render, dungeon border,
Well, who knows? It might just be true. What are you prepping for? We are anyway.
pure function, pure code. This is where it's at. Previously, we could just refer directly to the map because we were storing the representation of the tile in the map itself. However, now we're actually using a real object to represent it, because then we can attach other properties and manage each individual tile on a much more efficient basis. In this case, we're adding a whole string.
There is no box, but tell me, is there balm, Gilead?
In this case, we only want to draw the first rows minus num rows to subtract. Well,
you can see. Once upon a midnight prairie, while I pondered weak and weary, over many acquaintances.
It's based off the max, which is how it scales.
Nearly nothing solid they can be tapping.
But the offset is always 9.
Back into the train, starting all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping sound louder than before. Surely, that is something I can do. What there is in this
And 5 of the text on the bottom, I believe. The same with map row offset. So in this case, map to draw is a particular row.
When with many a bloody blogger in their step
But we're going to have to do a bit more than just simply adding the string. We still need to keep track of I plus map row offset. Because
back against the wall, with my back against the wall, still hanging in the hall, never change, I'm the same. Please don't fucking call me. No. The person you're trying to reach is unavailable, eh? Remember the days when me and Slick at the top to LA. Sleep on the floor, cause the bad things, house of the devils at the pillow when you dust in the couch. Ask for no amount, till it's time to really count. Whatever the fuck you say you hate is what the fuck I'm really about. Really doing drugs and like you do it for the clout. Really got a problem like I'm usually blacking out. All my friends are their cases and this gets gonna pout. Bring me back to the pizza kitchen, now clocking in now. Wash them dishes, cause I'm a bitch and the manager tripping, still I'm out. Fuck the rap industry, I'm down for the motherfucking count. All you fucking clowns, I can really do without. Hey, I'll be back, I really doubt. Southside maniac, get the 9 loaded. Northside shorty, aka I'm loaded. Made a couple million, bro, torn fucking up. Fuck a couple million. Burn it up like I'm the Joker in Gotham City. Prefer the days we used to hit up on his mouth. TA goes to Smurf out the skull count. Ryan 4D, smoked out, load out, smoked out, load out. Now I'm surrounded by folks I never met. Seems like the bigger you get equals nothing but death. But nonetheless, still back them dead presidents, innocent residents, straight bullet deaths begin. Funerals for their cold-blooded makeup skin. So I called Ruby, he said we got the blade. I'm like, okay, I got the jacket loaded in the AK, in the AK.
Let's see. Let's try it. Nope. Oh. Oh. I'm loving the transitions here. Going up, going down, going up, going down. You know how we do. What is going on here? Jesus Christ. What the fuck, Liquid? Fucking crazy. I'm fucking lolling. That was great. Let's see. Hope I catch this shit right here. Out of range. With the setting, we leave you with disabilities. We see your inability to understand how that network bullets out the signal, make his fucking body jerk within the honey pot they serve. Abstraction layers that we serve. Creeping through these walls while I'm sipping, still preserve. Hey, fuck it. What you gotta say? If I up it, then you duck it. Nerdy hood rat, exfiltrate data from buckets. Yes, I bring the fucking buckets. Traffic coming from a very shady. Yeah, unintentional trolling is the best trolling, honestly. That's why I still laughed at it. So I figured out like what the bug is here. Ish. Length of game.dungeon dungeon floor dot rows and columns. Okay, we're actually specifying dot rows. Yeah, that makes sense. Is the index out of range still? Oh. TF dot. There we go. Okay, we're on the way to it working, but damn, it does not fucking work at the moment. But it's not crashing, so that's a good start. Interesting that it's drawing all the way down the screen. Oh, yeah. That's a math problem here. So really it's I plus map row offset, comma, J. Plus 1. Okay, that's closer, but we still can't move, and we're not going to be able to move until I do some other shit. But actually, this needs to be the floor. Oh, that was part of the problem there.
Some people will use a symbolism of the relationship of God to the universe, wherein God is a brilliant light, only somehow veiled, hiding underneath all these forms that you see as you look around.
Shoutouts to Young Internet citing fucking Alan Watts.
It is funnier than that. It is that you are looking right at the brilliant light now.
Like for real, Alan Watts and I actually have the same birthday. Shoutouts to Alan Watts being my spiritual, kin of the same birthday. I share the same birthday with a lot of historical figures and events. Let's see, what's the name of that day? The Epiphany, when Christ received his gifts from three magi. Let's see, there was also Joan of Arc, and of course Alan Watts. Drinking out of a jar, does it look like I am? What an odd question to ask. Ooh, we got some subs, follows. Cool Gamer, what up? Hearing it.
That the experience you are having, which you call ordinary everyday consciousness, pretending you're not it, that experience is exactly the same thing as it. There's no difference at all.
Oh.
And when you find that,
Oh, it's because I actually, well, when I'm sipping on the water, it's a mason jar, yes. To clarify your question, I was like, what does he mean drinking out of a jar? I was like, what is he talking about?
that's the great discovery. In other words, when you really start to see things, and you look at an old paper cup, and you go into the nature of what it is to see, what vision, or what smell is, or what touch is, you realize that that vision of the paper cup is the brilliant light of the cosmos. Nothing
Yeah, cool gamer. This is a text-based RPG modeled off of NetHack in Python. Eventually, we're going to be upgrading it to a Pygame implementation. Definitely not C#. I don't fuck with Microsoft like that. Shoutouts to Bill Gates. Shoutouts to Jeffrey Epstein, who did not kill himself. Kind of like a mud, but not exactly. Although, in that direction-ish, but it's really more of a roguelike. Our boy here, Shybird, is also running a development stream, although it's not a game dev stream. He has a very cool ASCII tool, but you're gonna have to use it for yourself to find out more. Shoutouts to Shybird, though. Yeah, McAfee didn't kill himself either. And if I ever get, disappeared, I didn't kill myself either. Just FYI. Ah, that's the problem here. We have to actually refresh the row on every iteration. And then we have to append each row. There we go. We got it. Well, almost. It's not rendering the correct tile for the center of the dungeon, but it's not crashing anymore either, and it's rendering it in the same shape. Let's take a look at the renderer and see what I'm doing wrong. Acting as if everything is a stone tile or stone floor. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's awesome. The J. Class game tile. Oh wow, it didn't even render anything there. This should be returning. Not sure what's going on there. Un momento para parar. Okay, I just had to scratch my ears. What the hell is going on? I mean, it says that it's a tile. I probably got the shit backwards. No? Everything else renders correctly except the first row. Is it because I'm not adding the first row correctly? Oh, it is. I had a capital T. What a silly error to make. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Proper rendering. Proper. I can save this much. We're effectively rendering now using the new engine. But I have to actually account for mechanics now, because originally mechanics are based off of strings. Not a problem. First, let's take a look at our diff. And what code I just wrote in the last hour. Okay. I'm gonna turn this up. I'm realizing that a lot of this code is going to end up having to be moved over into the game object, and that's going to be something else that I do. Hey, Kuntz. How you doing? Give me 1 second. I gotta itch my ear again. We're working on our dungeon crawler. We have just upgraded to a tile-based, object-based system as opposed to strings. Glad to hear that you were coding as well. Let's see. If next tile equals tile dot stone floor, as opposed to checking for a string. From game.tile, import tile. Tile has no attribute stone floor. Next tile dot tile type. Tile has no attribute stone floor again. Oh, it's tile type. Actually, I need to get some additional music for the stream.
Digital thoughts, I need you to get physical. Life is a game, no Counter-Strike. Fucking with my crew, I let them hollows bite. You a dumb guy, watch your life fly by as I take all your credentials into my hard drive.
There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that shit. Oh yeah. Fucking scales. Oh, it's feeling good. Also, good news. All of the code for the game is available on GitHub currently. Get it while you can. I will be publishing commits from tonight and future development sessions. I can't say NetHack can do this. My game's got this shit over NetHack already. We ain't even started. We've got thousands of development hours ahead of us. I'm gonna have to work out and stay in shape because it's gonna take a bit out of me, but I'm gonna enjoy every minute of it. I'm feeling good about this. Uh-oh. Okay, so printing the help menu, there's an error. Just basic Vim. Nice. Okay, interesting. We got a different bug. Huh, that was weird. Huh, I wonder why I was throwing an exception before. But now there's another bug. It's still drawing on top of the menu, and that was something I thought I fixed from previous stream. It's still going all the way to the bottom. And actually the NPC disappears when you get the screen so big. It's kind of interesting. In general, I'm able to move around, but like I wonder if I render the dungeon outside of the border, if it'll let me like even nav down there. No, he disappears once you go past the border, because in theory, we're not supposed to be rendering the dungeon past that border. It's just the whole point of the resize, because it's supposed to prepare for the camera system. So we didn't actually catch an exception there. That's nice. Gotta give myself a little bit more coding space here. There we go. What's next? Okay, what's... So what's going on with this renderer? Find his less than D rows. Oh yeah. Yeah, feel that shit.
Damn shells got me anxious. Port 23 dumping packets for the payment. If the cops talk to me, I don't know shit, I don't say shit. Keep my mouth shut. I don't know a damn thing about trust. No, I don't talk to that boy cause he mad sus. When the feds call, he'll probably give his damn hands up. All these fake lizards on the net, they some cancer. Smoke cats in act, yeah, I make them throw it back. P-cap, young snap, sniffing TCP stacks. Finna make him transmit that money like a damn fax. Still a hood rat, got my eyes on a big bag. 50,000 hosts, finna do the most. That boy think he hard, but he's sweet like glucose. I'm a real nice guy till you make me up the pole. Yes, I am a troll, you better pay this damn toll. Hey, where the bots at? Reverse shell, so get processed. Processing these packets from the TCP, don't fuss it. Hurry, got my name up in his mouth, he better watch it. This is not the intended behavior from these sockets. He's that white boy with a stick, call me David Crockett. 6 hour Should've kept it iron layer 2 segmentation. Now I'm in your senior art package generated. VLAN, I'm penetrating. Pivot to a knock station. My fingers shaking, I might show a whole nation. Turtle V, and I'm feeling dangerous. All these damn shells got me anxious. Port 23, dumping packets for the payment. If the cops talk to me, I don't know shit, I don't say shit. Keep my mouth shut. I don't know a damn thing about trust. No, I don't talk to that boy, cause he mad sus. When the feds call him, probably give his damn hands up. All these fake lizards on the net, they some cancer. So cat, sing, act, yeah, I make him throw it back. P-cap, young snack, sniffing TCP stacks. Gonna make him transmit that money like a damn fax. Still a hood rat, got my eyes on a big bag. Still a hood rat, got my eyes on a big bag.
We're getting more comfy here. Going into the end of the first hour. We've still got 20 minutes on before it'll have been 2 hours. We're getting shit done, son. You don't even know. Or did you? Did you already know? I didn't know. I didn't know until I busted it out. Like here. I didn't know it was going to come up on me either. Just very convenient random. Hear my sound. What's next? Yeah.
Free young Fuji from the pound. Try gonna make them dog sounds. Yeah. RDP, stolen CCs, old school RuneScape, do the laundry, tour wasabi, break the chain very quickly, death to all the big banks, let them die slowly, no sympathy, conduct my like a symphony, transmute the money to increase the fluidity, need elasticity, stolen my checklist for the validity, max mine, got the home socks, some proximity, made a pedal, make a wing, selling pizza, snatch that button, recently, so nice to meet ya, 3389 in the admin, got amnesia, residential socks, selling fellow to an cheetah, internet, money, break that shit down, wasabi wallet, got the coins, bouncing all around, Monero hood, barrel, let it all trickle down, I hope the banks drown, burn them all down, I hope the banks drown, I hope the banks drown, let them burn down, let them all burn down, yeah, I hope the banks drown, yeah, I hope the banks drown, let them burn down, let them all burn down, I hope the banks drown, let them burn down, remote desktop protocol, take them to far down, investigators round, we ain't making no sounds, fingers itching for that paper, free young Fuji from the pound, 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 Fuji from the pound, that dog food, gonna make that dog sounds, connection lane switch, and I take the windows down, IP tables kill switch, packets never to be found, information to a highway robbery, take the accounts, got me feeling like I got hydraulics when I hit the bounce, bitch, what's the cinch, time for adventure, I'm the bitch to a snitch, if I go broke, I'ma hit the pretty licks, remote desktop, residential address, you a cop, eat a dick, nerd with a 30 clip, behind the scenes of hackers since I was a jit, sell a fake remote desktop protocol, exploit kit, I don't got love for these goddamn skids, aiming at they lids, we ain't aiming at they tummies, couple magazine stuff for these goddamn dummies, whoa, these marks thinking chatbots thirsty for their companies, RDP connect elastic search, get the money, free young Fuji from the pound, free young Fuji from the pound, eat that dog food, Draco make them dog sounds, free young Fuji from the pound, free young Fuji from the pound, eat that dog food, Draco make them dog sounds, free young Fuji DP, stolen CCs, old school RuneScape, do the laundry, tour wasabi, break the chain very quickly, get to all the big banks, let them die slowly.
We welcome Burzum to the stream. Damn it. Ah, fuck. Something happened with my, my input to, Ursi has gotten shot. I've done this before. I don't know what the fuck key combination I did, but every now and then I'll, like, my fingers will mash something together, and all of a sudden my Ursi locks up, and I don't know what to do about it. Because clearly I'm still able to create new terminals in Tmux, so I know it's not Tmux, but every so often my hand like slapped something over on the left side of the keyboard here, and I can't chat anymore. And I don't want to have to fucking kill my Ursi. So if anyone is experienced in being a Ursi boss, let me know, because I'm currently in a position where I cannot chat. So just FYI, totally fucking threw me off with what I was doing. This is why, you know, try to stay focused on the task at hand, as is the purpose of the stream. But that said, though, along the way we discover odd things about the experience of being darkmage. Sometimes I discover odd bugs, and sometimes they're really hard to figure out bugs, like what fucking keys did I press? Like, I don't know what the fuck I just did. It'd be really nice if I could like replay my keystrokes from the last 5 minutes, see what happened. But fuck. So I'm gonna have to find a way to do that, otherwise I'm gonna end up having to kill the window and then restart Ursi, which is a pain in the ass. Probably get fucking nicked juked along the way. Yeah, I know you have a keylogger on me, you asshole. Don't even fuck up. Anyway, get some music back on. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is a really good non-lyrical ghost main track. Kind of like a beat. Really chill one. As we come up here on the end of the second hour, actually, this is an appropriate time to take a break. I'm just going to be moving functions over and updating how they're called. So there's not going to be much of an appearance change once I finish implementing this, but I've been sitting down for 2 hours, and y'all probably have too as well. That's not healthy. Let's stretch. Let's stand up. Let's refresh. You know what to do.
Lately my heart been feeling as cold as the North Pole. And I'm feeling stranded, I don't know which way to go. Bunch of fake internet friends watch me die slow. Fuck a mention, no a Mercedes, I'm trying to lay real low. Lately my heart been feeling as cold as the North Pole. And I'm feeling stranded, I don't know which way to go. Bunch of fake internet friends watch me die slow. Fuck a mention, no a Mercedes, I'm trying to lay real low. Fuck it, I don't really want to worry that much. I'm just trying to prevent myself from falling into a rut. So I actuate the gas pedal, feather my clutch. Trying to stay way out of sight cause I just don't know who to trust. But these motherfuckers don't seem to let up. These demons surround me so I drop the safety on my gun. I'm pushing everyone that loves me away for no reason. Stigmatic, willing, quick to leave but scared of treason. I know I cannot blame anybody else. Besides when we do that we put our control up on the shelf. This song may sound really gloomy but it's heaven and not hell. Where would I be without music? Probably dead up in a cell. Lately my heart been feeling as cold as the North Pole. Fake internet friends watch me die slow. Lately my heart been feeling as cold as the North Pole. And I'm feeling stranded, I don't know which way to go. Bunch of fake internet friends watch me die slow. Fuck a mention or a Mercedes, I'm trying to live real low. Lately my heart been feeling as cold as the North Pole. And I'm feeling stranded, I don't know which way to go. Bunch of fake internet friends watch me die slow. Fuck a mention or a Mercedes, I'm trying to live real low. Fuck it, I don't really want to worry that much. I'm just trying to prevent myself from falling into a rut. So I actuate the gas pedal, feather my clutch. Trying to stay way out of sight cause I just don't know who to trust. But these motherfuckers don't seem to let up. These demons surround me, so I drop the safety on my gun. I'm pushing everyone that loves me away for no reason. Stigmatic, well equipped to leap, but scared of treason. I don't waste my time thinking about this fucking crisis, so I let my mind spray up on a blank canvas. You don't really know me, you really don't understand this. Self-preservation, flying high, never landing. I know I cannot blame anybody else. Besides, when we do that, we put our control up on the shelf. This song may sound really gloomy, but it's heaven and not hell. Where would I be without music? Probably dead up in a cell. Tell me what your MO is, your motivation. Get the powder in my nose coming from the Haitians. Got these leaks on my raid from around the nation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Tell me what your MO is, your motivation. Get the powder in my nose coming from the Haitians. Got these leaks on my raid from around the nation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. You a bunch of circle jerking masturbators. Catch me creeping around every single OSI layer. Fuck around, you might get pumped with a skid slayer. 100 gigabit AK, it's a packet sprayer. Don't make a sound or it's tangled down, player. This ain't just rap music with no taxpayers. Fuck around and I put lead in the naysayer. Don't want your girl, she go brown like a conveyor. And we stay so high, pour out 211 for the falling guys. Pop 100 powder in like 200 lines. Got demons on my box, got demons in my mind. Yeah, but I'll be fine, no stressing. Eat shit asleep and I got my fucking weapon. Man in the middle of a packet intersection. Call me Gucci Fur, don't vote, but I love elections, yeah. Tell me what your MO is, your motivation. Got this powder in my nose coming from the Haitians. Got these leaks on my red from the nation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Tell me what your MO is, your motivation. Got this powder in my nose coming from the Haitians. Got these leaks on my red from the nation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation, yeah. And she love the affection, but she don't like when she sees her reflection. Call it packet lost, cause I think we lost connection. Call me IP tables, cause I stay with the protection. Nah, won't catch me stressing about rejection, cause you know this kid got plenty of selection. But I really don't want any of these bitches. Better hide your fucking family if you open mouth snitching. Yeah, bitch go away, I'm really busy. Mixing drugs with a drink and I'm feeling dizzy. Make a strip kitty cry cause this box busy. Make a strip kitty die with a fucking ciggy. Yeah, you already know what the fuck it is. Popping gateways like a goddamn pop quiz. Pure Molly, say no to the press this. Pure passion, say no to the music biz. You already know what the fuck it is. Popping gateways like a goddamn pop quiz. Pure Molly, say no to the press this. Pure passion, say no to the music biz. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Pull a stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Pull a stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Tell me what your MO is, your motivation. Got this powder in my nose coming from the Haitians. Got these leaks in my rag from around the nation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Up the stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Pull a stick on a pussy, no masturbation. Pull a stick on a pussy, no masturbation. 100 gigabit AK, it's a packet sprayer. 100 gigabit AK, it's a packet sprayer.
Alright, we are back. There we are. Shoutouts to Onoken and his diverse capabilities. Alright. Moving functions over. We did handle input, handle resize, handle movement. Handle movement will not need self. We're also going to need to do check movement. Alright. To PC next tile. Okay. It's probably gonna yell at me about this import here. Some other errors will probably pop up. There we go. Oh, whoops. Missing quite a few things here. Handle movement not defined, line 47. Self.handle movement. Self.handle resize. Check movement. Oh, yeah, I don't need that for self there.
Yeah.
The firmness of American will and the effectiveness of American strength. The Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan. This is no fantasy.
Damn.
But the purpose of our common military effort is war in Europe. War in Europe. The destruction of nations. We are proud of this record. Narrow nationalism. Your nation is in the front line in America's own self-interest. In America's own self-interest. We would prefer to see Europe divided and weak, enabling the United States to deal with each fragment individually. The United States of America, object of fear. They are backed by the sanctions of thousands of the most modern weapons here on European soil.
The hottest places in hell.
Check NPC. Oh. We're almost there. Line 93. Yes. Oh god, yes. Oh no. Oh shit. And 104. Oh, okay. These all have to say to. This needs to say self too. That needs to say self. 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 Self.
Hundreds of thousands of our soldiers.
But I do believe in the necessity of great powers working together to preserve the dogmatic police state. Dogmatic police state. But life is never easy. There's work to be done, and obligations to be met. Obligations to truth, to justice, of the great or subversion.
The United States is here on its continent to stay. Our forces and commitments will remain. Will remain. Will remain. Will remain.
We are vigilant and determined
To serve three big goals. War,
of the great.
the destruction of nations. We are proud of this record. We are proud of this record. We are proud of this record.
Handwerkselle Menschen. Deutschland, Deutschland, Deutschland. Deutschland, Deutschland, Deutschland. Deutschland.
As we come up to the end, well, to the middle of the third hour, trying to decide on what we can get done reasonably in the next, small time frame. I don't want to get too deep on anything specific. Kind of looking for edge cases and things that might currently break the game, maybe. And currently, the NPC generates in a random location. Kind of want him to spawn. There we go, on the edge, so that I can run at him and fight. Oh no, we're no longer fighting. It's not working. Okay, so first I need to add something to make the NPC location constant for right now. Okay, so Okay. Let's see what the type of NPC is, because it's not adding. NPC.npc. Oh, okay. It's because we moved the code in here, so that makes sense. Yeah, I can do this import to make that work again. And we discovered kind of a useful debugging technique. Just directly print messages to the log. Uh-oh. Resize isn't working. Oh. There we go. Everything works as intended. You can move off screen. That's pretty fucking great. So now, I think it's time to implement the camera system. We need a button to press to switch between camera mode and not. I wonder if ASDF is not as natural as people would like WASD for movement, as that closely more responds to arrow keys, but I'm trying to keep it more like Vim-like, you know, proper keyboard typing positions, right? Like home row. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. Officially 12:30. I'll set myself a little timer here for the 10-minute warning timer for when it's about 10 till the hour. camera system, right? This is perfect music right now. All right, so where do we actually handle input, right? So the camera key we're going to designate as C. It should actually say help key. If you press the camera key, self.camera mode equals true if self.camera mode equals false, set it to true, else turn it off. Super basic. So it means that we need to initialize it as false when we create the game in the first place. So you press C, it goes true, and then when you're going to move around, what is a camera, right? It's just two variables to start with. When we first create the camera, it's going to be pointed at 0, 0, but when we're in camera mode, so there's handle movement, right? If self.camera mode exactly equal to false, we're going to do self.handle movement, else self.add log unimplemented camera movement key. So just like there's handle movement, there's going to be handle camera movement. There is no check movement that we have to do for the camera. But once we figure out which direction we're going based off of which key you press, we know how to adjust the camera. Now the real trick, because essentially moving the camera is literally just manipulating two variables. The real trick is to use the camera's position to render the dungeon at various offsets based off of the camera position. So the camera's located over here, and the renderer is in a completely separate location. I don't know if that would be a problem. I might even consider moving the renderer into the game folder. Wow, this is some good shit. Vibe with me, y'all. Good start so far. We've got a little bit more work. Ah, syntax is invalid. Damn it. Nice.
Starship pilot, trying to keep my actions private. War dialect for the other 1980s. Spectrum ultraviolet. Purple smoke on the water till the waterfall. That about a second I'm doing to my rappers and moving. Trying to make the best of a movie. Steady pursuing the blue and stay and see what they'll do to me. I'm an internet virus. Showing devices that require a stylist. I said I got a bias. Who was any better silicon that be rocking a bias? Don't deny this. Firewall rules apply. Due to hepatitis on this. Sell a bitch called a ransomware. Give me a handsome man. Boy, the down with my ass be gone. I got a bomb. Tear the rough. Riding out crown. I'm about to browse a putt. I'm a force of nature. RPG. Pen in the paper. Code breaker. Data scraper. Yeah, men on the rampage. Spam page. Picking in a series of clicks on my campaign. Show my damn age. Every time I reminisce about the good old days. But the days ain't over. Still up on the block. Standing head and shoulders. In the end, my shoulders. Out boxing motors. With a method that will leave the box smaller. Gonna drag it and tell you my ego. The beat goes on and the heck begins. Who the vision bitch? Like the government mission on a treasure pin. Who's the master of science fiction? Stone is granite. Trying to my land is landed. Then spam it. Collect a bunch of clicks on a hypertext canvas. Do my damage to keep the advantage. Furnish in a package a dirty band with the jam. With the feel like a beat on my sandwich from a canvas. Box that I rooted in the middle of Kansas. For Kansas, loyal. Enemy net charge like a red alert Tesla coil. From US soil. State size on the state drive. Encoded with the data that I need to survive. I get the high mind. Drones got my standard and I mine. 100 seconds that would serve as a guideline. 1984 they got a fix on the timeline. The crime line in the name of computer crime. I'm business. They're all about the business. Only word is ever going forgiveness for the witness. People on the scene with the sickness. Snitching on the friends for a deal with the quickness. Come in here, back door, book up in the strap for. On the orders of a government actor, but they don't back door any of that. It's sentencing, medicine, and I get some person who's peddling the wrong ideology. Get the hackers to follow me, fully bottom me. Cause I gotta be an oddity. Set up in a busy economy. They're running me, cause I'm still a computer prodigy. No modesty when it comes to hacking the planet. Spitting on a microphone, I'm broken organic. Represent the fans like I'm Jennifer Granite. Hacking my Guinness and the science all across the Atlantic. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. I just got the timer for the 20-minute mark. We are now 10 minutes away from the hour. Be taking a short break here in a moment. Stand up and stretch again. It's important to do this every hour. At least once an hour. It's hard to get anything done if you're standing all the time, but you know, we're going to get to the point where we can code standing up even. Good. Uh-oh. Help menu. Of what? Game admit. There we go. Pretty good so far. Anything that allows my right hand this liberation really feels good. Fuck yeah. We're just going to do a little code cleanup or code formatting here. What's this? Yo, what up, mouse? Yeah, so we still have to do camera stuff. We had to move the renderer over into the game folder in order to correctly be able to reference it. Once I've worked through all of those bugs, I can finally move on. Here's the dungeon floor. We have access to the game, so now we have access to the renderer inside the game, and it's not a separate object. Like, I mean, it's a property now on the game object itself. So we should be able to So, drawing the dungeon floor and drawing the NPCs on the dungeon floor, this is all going to have an offset. So, I have to update. It's also, there's a player function too, so there's dungeon floor, so that's where I just was at. Game camera Y and X. Oh, that felt good. Ooh.
dangerous in the cuts. You can take the precautions.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, the camera's working.
But the odds that you're getting betrayed logarithmically increase with the passing of days. It's another worldly fuck. Your life change when they're kicking and dope. Ain't nothing been the same and your faith is low. But you don't pay to the game, give a fatal blow. Just another worldly fuck. Your life change when they're kicking and dope. Ain't nothing been the same and your faith is low. But you don't pay to the game, give a fatal blow. Chain as long as the weakest link. One leak in the whole boat sink. That's why you gotta keep it in on like Mr. Pink. Or the reservoir swallow you up in one drink. Now I didn't write the rules, but the game ain't changed since I was hacking my school. I done made the same mistakes in pursuit of the truth. Tried to hold the fam together like a Michael Bluth. Instead I'm Joe, $90,000 suit in the courtroom telling judges how they don't recruit the proper talent to compute. We just punish and dilute all the spirit in our youth to compete global. Tell our kids that whistleblowing isn't noble, unless you're snitching on the hacker propaganda gobles. Give them life just for hacking into mobiles and raise incarceration totals. Shit. It's another world they fuck. Your life change when they're kicking and dope. Ain't nothing been the same and your faith is low. But you don't pay to the game, give a fatal blow. Just another world they fuck. Your life change when they're kicking and dope. Ain't nothing been the same and your faith is low. But you don't pay to the game, give a fatal blow. Just another world they fuck. Your life change when they're kicking and dope. Ain't nothing been the same and your faith is low. But you don't pay to the game, give a fatal blow. Just another world they fuck. Your life change when they're kicking
Yeah.
and dope. Ain't nothing been the same and your faith is low. But you don't pay to the game, give
Oh my god. We got a camera system, guys. Oh my god. This is so dope. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so dope. I can fucking switch between the two on the fly. And there's like nothing you can do about it. And it scales. Oh, it's so good. Good lord, this is nice. Cannot complain with the setup. At all. Now that's interesting. So I need to actually draw the dungeon border after I draw the dungeon. Uh-oh. No, that's not gonna work. I'm pasting spaces, which is like really dumb for the border. Yeah, this is silly. What we can do here is do self.s.add str.
聞いてなかったわよ。今日のことはガイド様には報告できませんわ。
Please flip the cassette over to side B to continue the adventure.
So the X and Y here. This is actually going to be 0, and this is going to be columns -1. Shoutouts to Eridrick. Shoutouts to Final Fantasy VI. It should behave the exact same. Perfect. I don't know if I know I don't want the flashing cursor. Curse set false. I was doing something specific. Oh shit, yeah. Interesting. Nice, we're getting randomly generated dungeons now. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not the best randomly generated, but it counts for something. We already heard this. No. Maybe we didn't. Oh right, we were going to turn the cursor off too. And I was looking for a place where the startup code could go. Oh, no.
I'm the ghost with the most no flow at the East Coast. You follow me if you a dirty young creep go. Motherfuckers really wanna be a gator boy. You hop in trance, poppin' sands, but you know boy. I'm about to hang 10 toes just to put a low.
Levitates and you see a black road.
Don't speak
To make the place in my road.
Somebody save me from myself, but I implode.
Oh shit. Oh snap, it actually cut the bottom off. I don't know if that's a glitch or if it was failing to generate or failing to write to the bottom row. Because the bottom row is generating here, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was not taking into account the camera. Yeah, I think that's possibly what's going on there. Need a figure out this situation, so I'm gonna create a little way to log errors into the game. I want a color to like stand out so that it like really hits me that it is an error. To the bug, we do logs. Oh yeah, turning this up. Fucking love this shit. The woman who introduced me to IRC introduced me to the algorithm, and I'm forever thankful.
sudden death.
Nice. So there is a problem with the rendering as it goes off screen. If we generate a large enough thing, then there's going to be a problem with it drawing the bottom at the moment. Not now though. But before I forget, renderer startup code. Cursor set, false. Nice, no more blinking fucking thing. I can go off screen still. I can, oops, crashed the, the shit there. Can still move, but oh, nice. Got a little bit of a bug there. Got some bugs with the camera, but that's okay. God blesses us with a bounty of bugs that are of our own creation. For we are ambitious, and we are creating a system very far in scope, in size, in expectation. And we have to be able to enumerate and enunciate along the way what those bugs are. Bug fixes. Yeah, see, it's like all of a sudden, you know, it's like I can't move left, but it's like very clear that there's a wall there, but it's not being rendered. It's very clear there's several more walls down, and they're not being rendered. So I've described that bug sufficiently. And that's going to be something I'm probably going to look at handling next time. We're approaching the 4-hour mark. And it's not like this was a bug that I wouldn't have to have dealt with eventually, but we got most of the important parts of the camera system up. We go to the dungeon, actually go to the game and netcode. And then instead of just doing it 5 to 100, we could do like 5 to 20. Maybe 10. And that's a lot more reasonable. Now, what happens currently with the camera mode? We moved one to the right, left, and then we're going to move another and it's going to crash. So we're attempting to pass a negative value to add string. Maybe this can be the last thing I do is fix, kind of like handle this. What line is that on? 82. In the render. Oh hey, it's another darkmage track. One of my piano techno thingies. Wish I could play like this. So nice. Nice. Dude, some wacky shit here. We got the camera flying everywhere. And it's not crashing. Now that's interesting that once it's gone to a certain point, it won't render certain parts of it when we're actually moving it. So that's kind of interesting. So that unexpected situation keeps going off. And so in the process of figuring out what's going on with that, I'd be able to handle that. But you know, tackling the crashing when it goes to the side of the screen was a different issue. So that's kind of a gain. So the problem isn't with the camera movement, it's really more with the resize. Because at a certain point, as I'm resizing, it's going to cut off that bottom. It's exactly what I thought. But it's not clear to me why it's doing this yet. So, because I have gotten so much done already though, I think it is time to push my changes. Okay. There we go. So, if anyone wants to get the changes that I've made and mess around with the game in its current form, you can go to this GitHub, github.com/MikeDessie/textrpg.git, and the source code for the game and its historical changes up to this point are as available publicly. We started on the 11th of November, and I'm keeping track of all of the commits across time. Some days are more active than others, but as you can see, we've been steadily making progress. Looks like I've been coding at least once every like 4 days, every 3 or 4 days, which is a pretty good pace for me right now. I want to get to the point where I'm working on it a bit more, because when enough infrastructure is built, I'm more likely than not gonna shift the focus of development into Pygame, because if I start creating too many assets, then the bulk of the work that's going to have to come later is going to be entirely asset generation as far as like in-game objects goes. Graphically speaking, this is a big workload, and if I can get started on that sooner rather than later, it'd be easier. One of the things I was very interested in getting rolling here is a text-based system, because not only can it be played from this medium now, but in the future, it'll be an option for people to play the game in either its graphical form or its text form. And I am designing the mechanics of the game from the text-based perspective, so that when it comes time to actually do the graphical implementation, there's really not much of a question of mechanics. It's just going to be more like draw tile grids with appropriate like graphic on top. So the process of upgrading it from that to that is mostly going to be just creating the actual graphics and then placing them appropriately on screen. Of course, resizing will be a little bit different in that situation for the camera, as well as the camera handling and stuff like that. But the rendering process is going to be different in general for that. That's the main difference, is that all of the logic for the game is going to be in the game object as opposed to the renderer. And when time comes to develop the actual graphical renderer, I'll create a switch between the two renderers, and so you'll either be playing it from the console or from a window that gets drawn by Pygame. We're coming up at 15 till, but I think it's going to be time for us to call it a night with the evildojo.com. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you this evening. This has also been my first time broadcasting on Twitter. I don't know that anyone's actually in there because I don't have a restream up, and I don't have a chat restream bot up for Twitter, and I don't know that there's like a chat medium in there or who exactly might be watching. I'll be able to take a look at the stats later. If you have not done so, please like, subscribe, follow, throw me some money on Patreon, do whatever you want to do to show your love for this content. If you enjoy watching, my dumbass work on some text RPG shit in Python, not a flex, mostly just something that I've always wanted to do. In full, thorough is to really build the whole game out, and we're doing it here, and we're getting a real experience of what it's like to do so, from my perspective anyway, and it's obviously a time investment, so gotta have some good jams, gotta have some good chats, gotta have some good times while doing this. I want to give a thanks to everyone who has been following me on Twitch. I broke 100 followers recently. That was super dope, and we're only going up from here. Shout outs to everyone in #DRH on EFNet. Shout outs to everyone watching on YouTube. Shout outs to everyone watching on Twitter. It has been real, as usual, a real pleasure. And so, I go ahead and stretch my back out and kind of try to enjoy the rest of my evening. Please be on the lookout for future broadcasts. We currently do not have a schedule per se, but we are in the process of kind of making this a regular thing, like broadcasting around 10 p.m. Central, whenever I do get the time to broadcast, because my schedule is currently up in flux. I don't really have a lot of control over which days are going to be my free days at the moment, but when I do have the time and it just, you know, kind of comes to me, I'll be making plans to actually broadcast. So, love you guys. Hope everyone is having a great evening and that you are training hard and grinding skill and paying bills and getting dough, as we all should be. Until next time, friends. Thank you for joining. Peace out.